5067.
Hi, this is Bill Martinez. Join us every Monday through Friday from 9 to noon Eastern when we're covering the issues that matter most to you. From Obamacare, the latest from Russia, the Middle East, Israel, immigration, and more. We're talking with the policy and political experts so you can be better informed. It's Bill Martinez Live, brought to you in part by my friends at Good News Tax Relief. Let them help you get your peace of mind back by dealing with the IRS for you. Proven experience, proven results. Call 800-255-7500.
Welcome to the Sports Lounge. Each and every week at this time, we go behind the scenes into the politic of sports. This is the show that brings it all to you. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our program. The Sultan of Safeties. 2 safeties in one game. The all-pro defensive end, the acting legend, the superstar, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Hi, folks. Great to be with all of you. It's been a very fast-paced week. Hope all of you are well, and I hope the folks in Houston and along the Gulf Coast are bouncing back. And it's so hard to comprehend that what's happened back there. But anyway, we sure hope that everything works out, and send our best to everyone there.
You're so chipper and such a bright spirit today. It's because you and I were out and about. I took you to dinner. You've taken me to dinner many times, and I took you out to dinner, a nice Italian dinner. Where
that was a good dinner, by the way.
Yeah, I could tell. I thought we'd never get out of there. Here's a guy, first off, I ordered for Fred because, it's confusing. You just like
well, you cut my meat. You cut my meat for me.
All chopped veggies. So you like all chopped vegetables. And so I'd go to the whatever salad they have, and I said, just add this and add this and add this, take out the bread crumbs. And so you like that salad so well. You were like attacking it. And it was a full big salad, and you had salmon on its way, that you ordered a second one and then took a second thought and went, well, just a half a salad. But you ate like 2 salads along with the salmon.
1.5, actually. Well, 2 salads, but in size comparison, there was 1.5.
Big strapping boy, and you're such a good guy, and it's like I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking I can't eat. Well, I just ate 1 salad and the salmon, and then here's the deal: you can't eat with Fred because it was a beautiful plate, designed perfectly with some salmon, with it grilled with some onions and olives and everything,
yes.
And then it was on a bed of beautiful angel hair pasta, and I grabbed some angel hair pasta, and right as I was about to take a bite of it, Fred says, "Don't eat that. You'll never digest that. It's the wrong thing to eat." And so I immediately got into some kind of a phobia and threw it back down on the plate, and all the rest of the dinner, I kept eyeing it like I really liked it.
And you took it home and you ate it about 4 in the morning, didn't you?
No, I left it.
And you wonder.
I did not take it home. You would have caught me on that. I did not. Now tell the audience, why is it bad to eat the
Well, you're mixing combinations. One of whether people like it or not or know it or not, the food combining is critical.
So what was I combining there? I was doing the meat, which was the salmon.
You had fish, protein, and then you were putting in a undigestible carbohydrate. Now, if you ate the vegetables with just the pasta, without the fish, you would have been okay.
So I could have had just the vegetables.
Yes.
And no fish.
Of course.
Then I could have had the pasta?
Of course.
Okay, so I could have angel hair pasta with like some basil and tomato on it would be okay, right?
Yeah, fine.
That'd be fine. But if I eat it with the protein, that will be undigestible.
That's correct, because it's a conflict of foods.
I listened to Fred, and I had a very great morning, if you know what I mean. Everything was healthy. It was just wonderful to be alive. I got up, decided to get close to nature.
Thinking about that pasta.
And no, it was just great. I've been in a
That was a good restaurant. We had fun. It was Colombo's. We ate at Colombo's.
Colombo's Italian steakhouse.
And it was over there in Eagle Rock. And
California. Since we're national, we like to tell you when you come to California.
We went to California to eat.
Fred. Yeah, we flew in. Frank Sinatra at his bar was playing. And so was that really the best salad you've ever had? Because you were just...
No, it wasn't.
You said it was?
No. I said it was a very good salad. This is a very good salad as I began to eat it. And I ate all of it, and I was very respectful at the dinner table, did not throw food. I believe they brought you a bowl of croutons, and I think you
I did not
didn't
eat
you
those.
take them with
that
you?
Would have been a carbohydrate. I would never.
But you took those with you, I think.
wouldn't
Well, I
do
think
that.
they're in the back seat of your car.
Fall is the best time to feed your lawn. With 10% off Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Fall Weed and Feed and Fall Lawn Food at the Home Depot. Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard feeds your lawn to build strong, deep grass roots for winter when you need it most. So it'll be lush, green, and beautiful next spring when you want it most. Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Fall Weed and Feed and Fall Lawn Food. 10% off now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through October 4th.
With free next-day delivery from Staples, you can run your business like a pro. You can guarantee the marketing department that they'll get their supplies tomorrow and guarantee the accounting department that they'll be delivered free. With free next-day delivery, you'll have the ability to move deadlines up and adjust budgets down. Go to staples.com and get the office essentials you need delivered next day for free. Staples. It's pro time. Orders over $49.99 placed by 5 p.m. Excludes weekends and holidays. Eligible items only.
Problems all over. Welcome back here to the Sports Lounge. Michael Horn, along with the one and only Mr. Fred Dry. And so, Fred, when you people don't notice, when you sit down at dinner, you get on one side of the table. You say, "I'm going to sit here because I like a lot of room." Because you're a tall, strapping gentleman, and you kind of turn your chair to the side. So you're sort of sideways at the table when you sit there dining. And I, of course, am jammed into the other side of the table, looking at you. But you actually can look at the whole room when you sit there. You get real comfortable.
What's the question? What are you confused about?
So the question is I'm going to come in and invent a swivel chair for you when you're dining so you can actually turn without much effort.
I wouldn't use that chair.
You would not?
No.
Okay. Anyway, it was a fun dinner. We had a good time. And before that, you were in the cigar lounge at Anto's there, and I'm telling you, you guys smoked up a storm. I, of course, don't smoke cigars, so when I came home, I immediately tore off all articles of clothing, threw them in the washing machine, and
You're
I threw
one of those people.
myself in the shower so I could actually sleep and breathe.
Yeah. Cigars. Ooh.
No, I did not say that.
Did you run outside and flap your arms to
did not
air
say
out?
Ooh, cigars. See, you're the second person.
It's like when you were a kid. I'm interrupting for a reason.
Please.
We have to divert this conversation somewhere. It's like when you were a kid, and you went out and smoked at the high school game. You come home and you got a whiff of yourself, and you're trying to get rid of the cigar smoke or the cigarette smoke before you go in and your parents pound you.
While you were in the cigar lounge, it was nice to sit there and smell everything. Is when you get out of the cigar lounge and re-enter the real world, there's definitely, some kind of a brush fire that follows you around a little bit. It smells better than your traditional brush fire, but there is definitely,
it's aromatic.
Yeah, I don't.
Isn't it aromatic?
You use it to think and concentrate before you work, right? It's your way of.
I find it very relaxing and enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I continue to do it. And what I'm even more amazed about, and I think Anto shared some stories with you about people, not strangers coming up to you saying, "You shouldn't do that. You're ruining your health. And why are you doing that? You're endangering everybody with secondhand smoke." Those people, those hysterical people.
Yeah, I support your right to smoke if you want to. I do support that.
Thank you
Just
so
not with
much.
Me trapped in the room.
That means a lot.
Just to get me. Bring in a tank. Now, what's this deal happened? There was an ESPN analyst quitting because of player brain trauma. Whether you've been talking about this CTE, the concussion stuff affecting football for some time, and this analyst Ed Cunningham, who played on the collegiate level at Washington for 5 seasons and then in the NFL, has resigned from the network due to concerns over the damage inflicted on players on a weekly basis.
Oh, he's protesting.
Yes, in its current state, there are real dangers, broken limbs, wear and tear. That's what he told the New York Times. Says, but the real crux of this is that I just don't think the game is safe for the brain. To me, it's unacceptable.
Oh, well, then you know something. Go cover the badminton tournaments down at the beach. Look, this generation is incessantly decided to screw into reinventing the culture. All of these things have been talked about. I'm a little bit older than this guy is.
Yeah, he's 48 years of age.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything.
You're 49.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, I just thought I'd throw that in.
So the upshot of all of this is he's concerned he's going to give up his job. First of all, we don't care if he gives up his job or not. Giving up your job isn't going to bring a light to a situation that has nothing to do with your sensitivity to it.
Well, he could have kneeled in the broadcast booth.
Well, he could have done a lot of things, and I think, considering we know a little bit about how he thinks here, then if he feels that way, go to the boss and demand it's his right to cover a sport that doesn't injure your brain.
Well, he could have kneeled, and when they would say, "Let's go to Ed Cunningham for your thoughts," and Ed would have said, "Yeah, I'm over here kneeling down, and I think it's a terrible thing." Thank you, Ed. And he could just be kneeling away from the microphone. And then that would be sort of a protest. Now, but I got to talk to you about this because you believe, you feel strongly about the concussion thing, but you say it's because a lack of training exists in the NFL. No one knows how to tackle.
There isn't any more concussions today than there was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. What's different? What do you think is different? The politicalization of concussions. The fact that everybody's getting them. So I ask myself, why is there a proliferation and why is there a focus in on, granted, a very serious injury? Anything to do with the brain and the head and the neck and the stem cells and the brain stem and all of those things are worthy of note. The main problem is this discussion about CTE is without any discussion about how to fix it, how to address it. Earlier in my playing career, we were taught how to tackle, engage the ball carrier, and
that's part of training, right?
And bring him to the ground. It's called training. You just don't send people out there like they're doing today, all these big, fast guys, and just say, here, you know what to do, and it's just mayhem. You have to be responsible within the framework of the game. I don't want to hurt somebody. I'd like to know when a coach says, hey, this is poor tackling. You're going to get your neck broke, Fred, if you don't do it correctly. And if you don't get your neck broke, the guy you're hitting could get his neck broke. Here's how this happens. And you can go through it. Every single brain injury, every paralyzing story you've ever heard has to do with bad form and bad contact. It's poor fundamentals. It's no fundamentals.
And that's even happening in like school systems, right?
It's stopped. You can go back 30 some odd years. You can go back to when they started talking about Title IX, when money going into colleges had to be evenly distributed between men's sports and women's sports. Well, that's okay. That's fine. However, what is not being discussed was, in doing that, the football program took a huge hit in terms of the amount of time and money they could spend on players. They only had the players for a certain amount of hours during the day, during the week, during the season. So the kids today, they're barely learning how to do is show up at practice, be on time, run the plays, learn the plays, and everything else drops off. You don't have a segment. You don't have an 9-minute segment during practice in high school or college or professional. You don't have anything of people making the players understand and think through, hey, wait a minute. I know how to tackle. We used to be great on tackling, and we used to go out and have to practice it.
Is this because management's not doing it, or are the players making so much money they feel like
there's no demand in high school.
Right.
There's no demand in college, and there's the new wave of coaches don't find any value in it at all. They say, go out there and make a big hit and get them on the ground. And what you're winding up with now is a tremendous, overwhelming settling of 30 years of no here it is. No education. It's like the school systems. No education.
More straight ahead here. Fred Dreyer in the Sports Lounge.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
How old are you? 25, 35, 50, or older? If you have pain, we can help. Do your knees hurt?
Ow!
Let me ask you again. Are your knees killing you?
Oh, yeah. Are they ever?
What about your back? When you bend over, does it feel like this? How about when you get out of bed in the morning? If you're like me, your knees and back feel like this.
Oh, that hurts.
I found a company called the Pain Relief Hotline. They specialize in ways to treat your knee, back, and neck pain without surgery or taking medications. The good news is if you have insurance, you may have little or no cost or out-of-pocket expense. I've used them. It works. Call the Pain Relief Hotline now for free information. 800-309-2677. 800-309-2677. Call now. 800-309-2677. That's 800-309-2677.
Hey there! Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right, get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
Welcome back here to the Sports Lounge. I am Michael Horn, along with the star of our program, the Sultan of Safeties, 2 in 1 game in the same quarter, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend. This man was on Hunter. Now the new movie is out, Highway 395. You can get it, download it tonight at his website, freddryer.co, F-R-E-D, there's your Fred, D-R-Y-E-R, there's your Dryer, put the .co, you got Highway 395. Here he is, Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very much, and check it out. That's a great trailer, and it's also a very entertaining action thriller shot up on Highway 395 outside of Lone Pine and Bridgeport. It's a nice entertainment package for the family.
I have not been checking the standings out for the Kansas City Royals, but their star left-hander, Danny Duffy, apparently he has been placed on suspicion of driving under the influence. It's yet to be confirmed, but there's a report indicating that he's the 28-year-old pitching legend was booked after trying and failing to grab some fast food on Saturday evening. According to an employee at the fine dining Burger King, this was in Kansas City. It's about a 25 to 30 minute drive from Kauffman Stadium. Duffy was found passed out in the drive-through line after failing to pull up to the pickup window. He put his order in and apparently passed out there on the spot. Most people can do that and still wake up and have enough time to get their order.
You're good at doing that. You at least roll the window down.
Yeah. I did after smoking those cigars with you. I had my head hanging out there like a dog hanging out there getting air. But so this guy Duffy, another restaurant worker, reached into Duffy's car and saved him. He put his car into park before he called police to wake up the pitcher.
Well, General Manager Dayton Moore is very, very disappointed.
What happened? What did Dayton
Well,
Moore?
he's just disappointed. He says, I'm disappointed in the news we have received regarding Danny Duffy's DUI arrest on Sunday night.
It's tough.
Oh, Danny was not part of the team traveling back to Cleveland on Sunday because he had returned to Kansas City a day early to undergo an MRI examination. Oh,
they're still in the early stages of gathering the details, but the Royals general manager, Dayton Moore, says, I know Danny has always been accountable as a member of this organization. We expect the same accountability from him as this process moves forward. He was drunk, trying to sober himself up with a Burger King. A lot of people, when they drink too much, try to go through a fast food line. Just pull the car over, turn the thing off, go to sleep in a parking lot and sleep it off.
How many times do you think he's done this?
I don't know. Burger King, I'm sure a lot of times. Boy, you get that
This
Whopper.
is good. This is good publicity for Burger King.
Yeah, I think they got a 2-for-1 sale going on, so he's trying to get a couple of Whoppers in there and some burgers too. They have it. So anyway, Duffy is now in the first season of a 5-year, $65 million extension. Here's the deal, Fred Dreyer. You didn't make this much money. If you made that much money, would you get drunk and pass out on a Burger King if you had a chance of blowing the $65 million contract?
Well, it's guaranteed, pal.
Oh, well, then let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
I got a bottle of something.
Yeah. Well, you can do anything you want nowadays, can't you?
Yeah, they said, would you like a drink with that? Yeah, I'll take a rum and Coke. I like 2 Burger Kings and a rum and Coke.
Well, who woke him up?
Bourbon.
Did they have someone there to wake him up?
Well, the employee was able to reach in, I guess, through the window and throw the car into park as Duffy started to kind of doze by the window.
The car was moving forward. This is interesting.
I guess. Well, at least they stopped him there because Duffy passed out in the front seat of the car. So
we're still in the early stages of gathering the details.
Okay, Dayton. That's Dayton Moore, the general manager.
He's
the
got
Royals.
a big problem there.
Yeah, so you got to be careful.
The guy was upset because they haven't scored a run in 45 innings.
Have they really had a tough time scoring runs?
Oh, yeah. This guy just hit a home run. Merrifield's home run snaps Royals scoreless streak at 45 innings.
Wow. So they had a 45-inning scoreless streak going on.
Yeah. So he got drunk and then wanted to get a burger. I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's probably it. Guy probably pitched a couple of those games there and didn't get any run support.
Well, maybe he'll learn from his lesson.
Maybe
he'll phone it in.
Maybe he was going through Burger King because he wanted to get some runs support, if you know what I mean, if you've been to Burger King. Thank you for that theme. That'll get me out of this. That's good. Play the music.
Nice. That's not very nice.
He'd do anything for some runs. That's what I heard. A little too crude. All right, that's the Sports Lounge. What can I tell you? Every once in a while.
You've reached the new low.
That's a new low for the show.
Yeah, you have. Was he naked?
We thought it was last week with Robert Lee here as our new announcer on the show.
What are you talking about? That's a home run if I ever saw one.
ESPN announcer in the studio. Apparently all right, never mind. We're taking a little break. Yeah. Fred's on Twitter, Fred_Dreyer. Let him know what you think about that. Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. You can also send him an email, FredDreyer@CRNTalk.com. FredDreyer@CRNTalk.com. Go to his website and check the trailer out on Highway 395, FredDreyer.co. FredDreyer.co. Check it out.
This is The Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. I had a chance to talk to funny lady Mindy Sterling about her 2 Emmy nominations for Con Man and Second Execs.
I am not humble. I mean, I am I am a little humble. I am very, very honored and flattered that people have voted me to get me to this place and that they like my work and that they think I'm worthy of that. So, yes, that's incredibly wonderful. And I know how hard I work, so...
You can check out my full interview with Mindy and a lot more at mungleshow.com.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
Credit cards are sure fun to use, perhaps a little addicting, and they kind of make you feel rich. Well, if you're like most Americans, you've got over 5 maxed out credit cards in your pocket right now, and you can barely make the minimum payments, right? I'd like to personally recommend a company called DebtHelper.com. DebtHelper.com is a licensed and insured nonprofit debt management agency. They can help cut your interest rates by as much as 50% and lower your monthly payments, saving you thousands of dollars in finance charges on your credit card bills. DebtHelper.com does not lend money. Debt Helper's program could have you paying off your credit card debt in full in a 3 to 5 year period. Call DebtHelper.com right now for your free confidential consultation today. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. Credit card management services Inc. DBA DebtHelper.com. 1325 North Farmers Avenue, number 201, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33401. Down payment of debt may be creditors to increase finance and other charges or undertake collection activity, including litigation.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for 2. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
This is Bill's yard, and Bill's a grill master, not a grass expert. Still, no weeds belong in this backyard barbecue kingdom. And with Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, Bill's greasy thumb is just as good as a green thumb. Because Scott's thickens lawns to help crowd out over 50 pesky weeds. So Bill can defeat invaders, green up his lawn, and hold his spatula high. This is a Scott's yard. Pick up Scott's Weed and Feed today.
We are back in the Sports Lounge. We actually should do a podcast on the segments between the segments here on the show. I'm Michael Horn, along with the one and only Fred Dreyer. And so Tyler, our producer here, Tyler, you wanted to know what did you ask me?
What your favorite food was.
Yeah, I said my favorite food was, and I thought about it for a second after I said Czech cuisine, and I said it would be roast beef with corn and mashed potatoes and gravy, and Fred just scowled.
Exactly.
You cannot eat your food in front of Fred.
I don't care what you eat.
He would just scowl at you.
But when you tell me that's what you eat, I give you my opinion about what it is.
And this whole thing started because I asked Fred, I said, do you like Mexican food? And then you started telling me, and you started sounding
You asked me, what do you like? And I started telling you, and you started saying, ooh, really?
No, I said you sounded like Tommy Lasorda lusting over the food. You sounded like Tommy going through a menu somewhere. So what would you eat at a Mexican restaurant?
I just told you.
Well, the audience didn't hear.
I would eat chicken.
You would have chicken.
I would eat chicken.
That's a big
I would
step.
eat guacamole. I would eat whole beans.
Yeah, whole beans.
I wouldn't eat cheese so much. I'd have corn tortillas.
Corn tortillas.
I'd have all the salad you could probably have in a restaurant. I eat tomatoes.
You're cheating now.
I'd eat garlic. I'd have onions.
You're sounding much more.
I'd have a.
You're too proper.
2 Modelo dark beers.
So
that's what I would do.
Tyler,
now, how about you?
He sounded different when he said it the first time, didn't he? He was more like,
well, what should I sound like?
Judgmental, wasn't he? Yeah.
Judgmental.
You were more judgmental, and now it's like, oh, I'd have beer. Oh, I'd have.
Well,
this.
why don't you put the other side of this conversation to the good folks out there?
We're gonna podcast it. We will.
And just simply say,
audience is on
how
my
many
side.
times you've asked me, gee, is this okay to eat? What do you think about that? How do I lose weight? How do I do this?
Well, and now,
right?
Well, no,
well,
not exactly. I order and I eat quite well now, and it's just when there's just a little bit of like angel hair pasta on there, you made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
People cleared out of the room.
And oftentimes you've said, "What do you think of this?" And I gave you my opinion, and you say, "Oh, gee, you're so judgmental."
Yeah, so
well, I'm not going to say anything.
You sounded
anymore.
like Tommy was sort of lusting over a meal.
No,
like there was
I didn't.
A menu.
No, I didn't.
You say, I'll have this and I'll have that and everything, and then you did your John
Okay,
Wayne.
here we are. Officially, we're on. What time is it? Let's ring this up.
Ring it up.
What time it is?
We're halfway through the show.
Okay, halfway through. You're on. You're on.
Oh, wow. He's
there
cut
you
the tie. Whoa.
There you go.
Whoa. Whoa. What are those hot dogs that they have at the Cincinnati Stadium?
What do you call them?
Smoky Dokey dogs. Big red Smokies. I'm going to have one of those.
Yeah, you should.
Do you ever eat a hot dog, Fred Dreyer?
I've eaten chicken hot dogs. I've eaten I ate venison hot dogs.
Those sound delicious.
Well,
venison hot dogs.
I've also had a Dodger dog.
And lived to tell
But
about
here's
it.
the difference.
What's the difference?
I don't do it all the time.
Yeah, it's like every
there
once
you
in a
go.
while. It's good.
That's right.
All right, now so Japan has got some. What is this now? They've got some kind of a walk-off rule. What's this thing about?
They continue to embarrass American little leaguers.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you. They just keep coming over here and pounding the bejesus out of our little guys.
Yeah.
And they've other than Taiwan, they've won it.
They just
win
11
world championships. Taiwan is the only country that has more with 17. Taiwan, they were busted, 10 years ago for putting 18-year-olds in there pitching. No, they were.
I know, I remember.
I saw one of the games,
dogs.
and the kid was like 18. I said, wait a minute.
He was.
This is like a 6'1", and he's blowing these 80-mile-an-hour, 90-mile-an-hour fastballs by these kids who are like 4'3".
One night I was watching one of these games, and there was a guy there, an old major leaguer, Bo Belinsky, was pitching for the Taiwanese Tigers, the little kids. He was 54 years old. They said, oh, no, he just looks old. So what's it? The deal is it's embarrassing because apparently there's a mercy rule, and they jumped out. The Japanese team did 12-2, and so they called the game on that whole thing. Did you watch the fight, by the way? Speaking of mercy rules, you were a big fight fan watching the McGregor-Conor fight.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, or Mayweather-Conor fight. And so what did you did you think it was what you thought? Was it a different thing? Should they have stopped the fight? What was your thought?
I never gave serious consideration to Conor McGregor beating Floyd Mayweather.
You did?
No. Now, was it a matter of going the distance? I didn't think it would go the distance. That meant that somewhere along the line that Floyd would have to knock him out, and it was a TKO in the 10th. So there it is.
Do you believe they should stop those fights when they look pretty bad?
Well, here was one of the reasonings that they stopped it, is that McGregor hadn't returned punches in like a minute and a half. I mean, he was backpedaling, and he was looking kind of defenseless, and it looked as though he was about ready to get knocked out, and they just stopped it, which was, okay.
Okay.
I mean, it was clear that he wasn't going to win a fight.
All right, more football news here. Dan Fouts, famed Charger quarterback, he said he thinks it's embarrassing the Chargers have to play in Los Angeles at the StubHub Center. Now, a lot of people think it's going to be an intimate place, and I would like to see a game there. But he says it's embarrassing, I think, for both the Chargers and the National Football League to be playing in a 27,000-seat stadium.
Well, I think what's embarrassing is they're not filling it up.
That could be. All right, that might be it. They beat the Rams, though. What was that all about?
Well, I mean,
preseason game, right?
Yeah, it's preseason game.
Anyway, why wouldn't they have gone to maybe the Rose Bowl? That would have been
They don't want him over there. The Rose Bowl doesn't want anybody over there. They want UCLA, and they have the Rose Bowl, and that's it. The people around there, if you've noticed, are very concerned about a weekend traffic coming in there and everything that it brings. They don't want it. I don't blame them.
Well, it might be better seats for me. You buy the cheap seat, you move yourself down to the better seats in front there.
Buy a big screen.
Yeah, that's kind of good. It's good to watch football just on TV. Wouldn't you? You wouldn't like to. You used to talk about when you were a player, it was tough getting into the Coliseum when the Rams played there, right? You'd have somebody drop you off.
Yeah, I always used to think that, gee, isn't there a way I could get out of this and maybe watch it over across the street at the bar?
Yeah.
But anyway, Dan Fouts has a point. It's embarrassing, 20,000 seat stadium. It doesn't sell out, 22,000. But, what's interesting is that every time I think about the Chargers, I think about the Spanos family, how stupid they are, leaving San Diego. You don't leave that venue. And if you can't cut a deal, you just wait a little bit. Just wait. I know they waited 10, 12 years, but they could never, ever, ever, ever have anybody from the organization work with the city and get anything done. And that's the Spanos'
If
problem.
you wait 10 or 12 years, that's a long time to wait. That's a little bit.
You don't know the circumstances of what went on in those 10 or 12 years.
All I say, Chargers, welcome to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the best place to get all you need for a great-looking yard this Labor Day weekend. Come in now and get top Scott's products for only $10 each after instant savings. Choose from Scott's Lawn Food, Easy Seed, Ortho Home Defense, Roundup Pump and Go, and more. All just $10 each. Hurry into your local Ace, where top Scott's products are $10 each after instant savings. Through Monday only. Valid on select items and sizes for Ace Rewards members. Limit 2. See participating store for details.
Where can you go for the finest jumbo white butterflied shrimp, rolled in panko breadcrumbs and cooked to golden perfection? Only at Long John Silver's. Try the new panko butterfly shrimp. Wait, what? You want more? Well, for a limited time only, you could kick up the flavor with our sweet and tangy sauce. What could possibly top this? You could add a delicious deep-fried Twinkie for only 99 cents. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more. At participating locations, see store for details.
With free next-day delivery from Staples, you can run your business like a pro. You can guarantee the marketing department that they'll get their supplies tomorrow and guarantee the accounting department that they'll be delivered free. With free next-day delivery, you'll have the ability to move deadlines up and adjust budgets down. Go to Staples.com and get the office essentials you need delivered next day for free. Staples. It's pro time. Orders over $49.99 placed by 5 p.m. Excludes weekends and holidays. Eligible items only.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Welcome back here. It is the Sports Lounge. Michael Horn with the one and only Fred Dreyer. And just one other item on food, since we've talked a little bit about dining. Big story this week. Apparently, they had 2 weeks ago, they had the solar eclipse. And so in Seattle, off the coast of Washington, they're farm raising, get this, Atlantic salmon. Now, what's wrong with this? If you're going to farm raise Atlantic salmon, Fred Dreyer, wouldn't you think the farm would be on the Atlantic, in the Atlantic Ocean? Wouldn't that be where you'd farm raise the Atlantic salmon?
I have no idea.
So they're farm raising them off the Pacific, in the Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Washington State, and because of the change in the tides and stuff, the fish escape, and so now they're out there fishing around with the Pacific, the coho salmon, and now there's authorities are saying, well, if you want to come out and fish, we won't limit you on how many you can get. Just catch as many as you want, because like 4,000 or 5,000 of these things got out. This is going to create some weird kind of new fish. And I'm telling you that just because I know you love salmon.
Yeah.
Are you an Atlantic or Pacific salmon kind of guy?
I don't care. I don't care.
So you'll eat whatever if they mate together. Fred will be the first one to have the Coatla salmon, they'll call it, for the Atlantic and the coho salmon. Coatla.
I hope those fish
cohabitable Atlanta salmon
find what they're looking for.
That's good. All right, so your old buddy Colin Kaepernick apparently is starting to get.
Oh yeah,
he's in the news again. He protests. They say now, according to is this Aaron Rodgers that's saying this now that is keeping him from getting signed? Aaron Rodgers is saying this.
Yeah.
Oh come on! I don't believe it. I think he's just not a good talent. Come on, he's not a good quarterback.
Well, what's he say? He says, Aaron Rodgers says, I think Kaepernick should be on a roster right now. I think it's because of his protests. I think because of his protest, he's not on a roster.
Yeah.
So, look, you know how many other black quarterbacks are sitting home right now?
Exactly.
RG3. He's pretty good.
He's very good.
Now, if he was healthy, if he could, if his knee was all right, and he's healthy, I'd take him over Kaepernick.
I take a lot of people.
But there's a lot of people, black people, who are out of a job not because they're black, number one, and not so much because they broke they used poor judgment in protesting the American flag. I mean, look, you can protest the American flag, but you're not going to do it during a game at the expense of ownership, at the league, at the radio and television.
You're right.
Look, I don't care what you think, but please stop using. If I was a teammate, I'd say, yeah, I get what you're saying. That's great, and a lot of people have stepped up and said that. But don't do it now on my time. Don't just don't do it now. Do it some other time.
I'll go you one better. I have rooted for the Green Bay Packers on many occasions. Not this year because of this stupid comment from Aaron Rodgers, and here's why. Colin Kaepernick is not playing for 2 words. He's stupid. He is stupid. That's 3 words. Pardon me. I was a little light on the old brain power there, too. Because he was still signed with the 49ers. He could have played. He got it walked off from his option.
They were probably going to release him in camp.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm not too bright myself. But anyway, I would tell you that he's not a good quarterback, and that's why he's not playing. It's not because he's kneeling, trust me. And this Eric Reed guy now, he's changed his mind about the anthem protest now after he talked to Colin Kaepernick. What's that all about?
Yeah, first of all, you've got a Eric Reed who doesn't really kind of understand what it's about until he talks to Kaepernick, who really doesn't understand what it's about, and that conversation swayed Eric Reed to support him.
So now there's a bunch of guys starting to kneel. Is that right?
Yeah, I hope they play the game on their knees. I hope the entire league goes to their knees.
So you would see them line up on the line.
Oh, and here's the other thing. I was talking to a friend of mine who's in the league at some point in time, but he's in the league, and he can't wait when the onslaught of player celebrations hits.
Oh yeah,
the radio and television airwaves.
I mean, after they make a touchdown, they go
they've taken, the league has announced that you can do whatever you want.
Oh, they did now?
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, wide open now. And you want to see people heading for the exits. Wait till that saturates.
So they're going to do a little dancing or something?
Well, I don't know what they're going to do, but you can imagine what they're going to do.
When you played, a couple of things. First off, there had to be people that had different political views, but did they keep them pinned to their locker and go out on the field and just play the game? I mean, there had to be people that had differing views than other
of course.
But they didn't make an embarrassment about it.
No, they didn't. They didn't. That's like they say. John Madden used to say, hey, look, you can live your life how you want to live it. I've got 3 things I want you to do. Don't embarrass the franchise. Don't embarrass me, and show up on time.
And so when there was a touchdown on your team, there was some showboating, but not like it is now. Did the players get all excited and just throw the ball around when you were there?
Well, they acted out, for their time. We all spiked the ball and we, did a sack dance. I didn't, but there's a lot of people that did a lot of things like that, and it was looked upon as just stupid. And look where it is now.
It's.
I mean, it's a full-blown production now. They've got people out there, before the game, working out a thing. That's guys. What really hit the bell for people, the league to cut all of this out was this one guy in New Orleans went out before the game and hid a cell phone in the padding around the goalpost. So when he scored, he went over and pulled the cell phone out of it and was talking on his cell phone. Get ready. This is going to be a Ziegfeld Follies coming up, folks.
One of the most exciting things when you played, I remember that one time, was when they spiked Vince Ferragamo's Coca-Cola. That was exciting.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's to see the memorabilia of movie stars and theatrical magic right in downtown Fullerton, California. See the Art of the Masters, an Italian town square complete with storefronts of old Italian butchers and cheesemongers, fruit and wine vendors, seamstresses showing their wares, fairy lights from cathedral ceilings, and our ancestors smiling down at you from the family love altar. The romance of Romeo and Juliet, and find the mystical Room of the Moon. And don't forget King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and who knows what awaits you in the wine cellar. Enjoy the great food. We hand stuff our pastas, roll each and every tortellini, bake our own bread, make our own sauces fresh from our private stock of Sicilian family recipes. From pasta to seafood, chicken to award-winning pizzas, tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, just $18.95, and Angelo's and Vinci's has been named 2 years in a row Best Italian Restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurant, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
Hey there! Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right. Get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
I made a lot of fun about jokes here and stuff, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and get the Fred Dreyer approved restaurants and sports lounges. And I'm going to take you out there and you're going to give the restaurant the once over. And if it's good, we'll put a plaque up.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go from table to table and I'll tell people, don't eat that. Are you eating that? Don't eat that. Just eat that. I don't want you to have that dessert. You're too heavy anyway. Just stop. I'd go through the entire restaurant and just tell people.
And help people eat.
Just tell them what to do.
Fred Dreyer's going to be here, and there'll be like 5 people show up.
And then they all run out the back door.
That's good. Now, your old buddy Eric Dickerson, the Rams signed him for one more day so he could retire as a Ram. Yeah. That was kind of a nice thing for the team to do, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? I think it's nice.
They didn't do that for me.
Well, But they let you go night. They when you left, didn't they?
I had
throw
to
a party?
I had to sue.
Apparently they didn't throw you a party. How did they break the news to you that your career was over?
They had Frank Lauteber, who was the then defensive line coach, if you could excuse the term. God bless him. He's passed since, but he was a very nice guy, actually. But he says, hey, Freddie, Ray wants to see you, and
Ray Malavasi,
he wants to see you over in his office now. I said, what's it about, Frank? Well, I think it's something about retirement.
Is that the way Frank talks?
The way he talks.
About retirement.
And I went, thank you, Frank. He went, okay. It was unbelievable.
And so you went over, and what did Ray say?
Well, yeah, we're going to go a different direction. And I said, you guys don't know what direction you're in. You guys don't know what you're doing. I said, by the way, you can't cut me. I have a no-trade contract. Well, we think we can. No, you can't. It's in writing. You can't. In other words, you can't. Not only can you not cut me, I have a guaranteed spot on the roster that I negotiated with Carol Rosenblum. Well, we've had our attorney look at it. We think we can release you. Well, go ahead. You got a problem.
This was after Carol had passed away,
That's
right?
correct.
Georgia
That's correct.
was in charge of the
so
team.
It's a couple of years later. So they released me, and then I said, okay. So I called my attorney. He said, they got a problem. The next morning, their attorney called my attorney and said, you get him back on that team. Because they just looked at the contract, and the Rams were in breach of contract.
So they never looked at the contract.
No,
they
they're just too stupid.
No,
it's one of the many wonderful things in life that we all know that
Georgia Frontier.
Everybody comes across. Everybody listening to me, you folks out there, you guys are smarter than anybody you come in contact with. But you know that. Beautiful stupidity when you see it, and laziness, and that was the Rams then, and I don't know if that's the way they are now, but
they're better now.
They're much better now, probably, hopefully.
They came back to Los Angeles. They got to be better now.
But anyway, that's how that happened.
Wow, so that's a pretty good. You never told that one before. That's a good story.
I don't talk about that segment of my life.
Sounds like Ray Malavasi and the other guy. They all kind of talk the same way in the coaching staff. They kind of like this.
Well, alcohol helps.
Is that it helps you? Kind of listen, Jeff, to it.
No, Ray Malavasi's not here anymore. He was a very good defensive coordinator. Learned an awful lot from Ray, but he was not a very good head coach.
So defensively good, not a good.
Very good, actually, terrific.
Best coach you ever played for?
Don Coryell.
Yeah. Second best?
Probably Chuck Knox.
Yeah, Chuck Knox.
Chuck
Wow.
Knox. Yeah,
I was going to say maybe Madden. You would say.
Well, John was at San Diego State when I was there for a spring.
Yeah.
Then he went to the Raiders. I never played for John when he left San Diego State. After he left.
But you played for him. He was one of the coaches there.
But he was one of the coaches there. Yeah.
All right, that's our show. If you missed anything, just log on to the website.
That's it? Is that it?
crntalk.com/the Sports Lounge. And by the way, you can email Fred Dreyer. At crntalk.com. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dreyer, and it's Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. The big news is he's got the new movie out, Highway 395. Check out his website. What's that website?
FredDryer.co or YouTube Fred Dreyer.
FredDryer.co or YouTube Fred Dreyer.
Most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN HD audio. Sports, business, travel, food, wine, politics, there is something for everyone, and it's all available in CRN High Definition Sound. Log on to www.crntalk for listings and information on all your favorite shows. That's www.crntalk.com.